imagery on these is very different. Some might find it a little bit scary, but actually I'm intrigued. So Capricorn, I'm going to start off with the numerology because I did forget to do that with Pisces. So before I forget, fives for this spread, what I'm picking up on is the opportunity to learn something new. I feel like there's probably been some challenges for you, Capricorn, but those challenges have been just that. They've been challenging you to look at things from a different perspective or to do something different because the way you've been doing it hasn't produced the results that you've wanted. So coming into March, there's probably a feeling like you've been through it all. Maybe a little bit of weariness, but it feels like you've been through it all and you've felt those challenges. The basis card or the foundation card is the Nine of Swords. It looks a little bit like the Eight of Swords in the Rider-Waite, actually, funnily enough, but it's not. The Nine of Swords, I guess, in any tarot deck indicates that, you know, there's some sort of worry or despair, sadness. But what I feel with this card, with the Nine of Swords, is that a lot of it has been to do with your own limitations, the limitations that you've placed on yourself. Like the Eight of Swords, you move to the next level of unawareness, if that's a word, of not being aware. And so the longer you remain in that energy of the Eight of Swords, you then move to that higher vibration of Nine of Swords, which is created of your own making through the lack of understanding or willingness to look at things from a different perspective, or to embrace a challenge. Like the Eight of Swords, the woman is standing stuck in a mire, and she has swords all around her, and she has the veil or the blindfold. There's nothing really holding her there except her own unwillingness to see things clearly, and staying in that situation too long creates more anxiety and stress, and that's where the Nine of Swords comes in. So you've stayed in that state of not wanting to see things from a higher perspective, or not wanting to do something different, or not wanting to see the truth, and then you become anxious and stressed and you feel like everything's falling apart. That's the basis. That's not a terribly bad thing. It's just saying that you've come in with that energy where you haven't actually seen things from a different perspective or challenged yourself to see things from a different perspective. And so coming into March, there's a sense of weariness, like, can you do it? It feels like such a struggle. There's a sense of trudging through, like you can see here depicted the skeletons trudging through mire or through water, and they look weary. It's like they've done this for so long and they're tired, and do they have the strength to keep going with these endless burdens that, you know, it's like you keep coming up against another burden. Now the rain is falling on them, but they still have to keep going. Although, you know, the 10 is always a sign that the end is in sight. Like you're coming to the end of an issue. The Nine of Swords is, you know, a culmination of the 8 energy, but then you come to the 10. It's like maybe you're starting to take action now. Maybe you've just started to move again, and you know that you're at the end, and you want to get there. And I feel almost that there is a sense of hope, even though it feels like it's raining on top of you and things are still feeling like you're overloaded. I think also that with this, there's unfinished business, like you haven't dealt with something appropriately, or there's a sense of unfinished business with something or someone that leaves you with a sense of burden. you need to let something go. You need to let go of the stress or the anxiety or the worry or whatever it is. You need to let something go. You need to let some of these burdens go so that you can continue on the journey. You're going to have to do something differently now. You're going to have to let go in order to keep progressing forward. What other message is there? Maybe you felt like you're at an impasse with someone or something, or with a situation. And maybe that's the burden. You just don't know how to break this impasse. You feel that you're in the dark about it. And it's a burden. It's become a burden. Maybe you've had an impasse for a while with someone or some things. There's some sort of situation that feels like it's not resolved. Emotionally, you feel so drained, like your mental energy and your emotional energy is just so dissipated. There's no cohesiveness, like you can't come to a decision. Obviously, you're conflicted. Nothing feels centered or clear enough for you to make a decision. So that's what's elusive, a decision or an opportunity to break the impasse. The reason why you're in this state. The Six of Wands is such a positive card for me. It's difficult for me to relate it to an impasse because it's all about triumph and overcoming issues and being rewarded for hard work and determination. Maybe you haven't put that effort in. I mean, I read the energies upright, but in this position, I feel like maybe you haven't put the effort into something. Maybe you've spent a lot of time mentally worrying and stressed about something and going over things in your head and feeling like you were blocked, and that has drained you of any momentum or motivation to do anything. And that's why you have the Ten of Wands here. It's like there's no energy to keep moving. So maybe you haven't challenged yourself and you haven't taken courage or done the hard yards with determination in order to move through this situation. I mean, these cards, even though they seem quite difficult, they're also saying that with hard work and determination and with application, you'll be able to overcome this. That's the other sense I'm getting from this, that you can overcome this, but you need to put that effort in. Yeah, the emotional and mental energy is just so dispersed. There's no cohesiveness. There's no single-mindedness. You're in a conflictual state of mind or being. And it all has to do with the lack of application and determination. Maybe you felt like a situation was futile, so you didn't bother to put the energy in, but it still gave you grief. It still gave you those emotions of worry and concern and then led to this impasse. So there's that energy when you're not congruent. It's like you're not applying yourself, but your emotional self, your mental self, your spiritual self is saying that you're not being congruent, that you really do need to apply yourself. You need to be at one with your actions, your thoughts and your emotions. And you haven't been up to this point. Your advice card is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles for me is quite methodical. He applies and he works hard. Again, taking action and putting effort into something. It's like you really need to work hard at this one. It's not going to be an easy slog. You will have to work hard to achieve the balance and the equilibrium, to achieve something. And this something is pretty fine, I have to say. The Ace of Cups. And even in this deck, it's such a beautiful card to me. The Ace of Cups is emotional resurgence or growth, emotional growth. That's what I hear and feel so much with this card. It's such a beautiful energy, So with all the stress you have here, you're being challenged for a reason, because the universe is saying you've got this beautiful potential waiting for you. You just need to apply yourself and put the energy in. The King of Pentacles, be methodical, be directed. Yeah, work to creating physical comfort and stability in your life. Physical stability, physical growth. Create that comfort and stability for yourself. Yes, create for yourself that comfort and stability. Don't allow yourself to be dragged back into this 8 and 9 of Swords state, which I explained earlier on. Put that effort in to create something for yourself that is more tangible, and then you know that it's solid. Again, the 5 in numerology is about challenges and change, things being stirred up, and it may not be a particularly comfortable period of time, but it has the benefit of taking away complacency. It's like you have to struggle for a period of time to move out of this energy of apathy. That's another emotion I'm picking up on here. Apathy and lack of drive and motivation. Where all this is headed, I mean, I've already said that you're headed towards the Ace of Cups, which is a resurgence or an upsurgence of emotional energy, a renewal or the start of an emotional experience for you, if it's a new relationship, or bringing about the emotional connection in a relationship, or just in general feeling like you're connected. If you've been depressed for any general reason, that Ace of Cups, it stirs your desire for life, for good things, for joy, for happiness. So the apathy and the tiredness, the weariness, it's basically because there's been a lot of mental stuff going on and not a lot of action to create stability and groundedness in your life. The 4 of Swords is what's going to happen for you. And I feel like after a period of turbulence, there will be a period of rest. So you will have, you feel quite like the basis here is turbulence and stress and worry. But starting to take action will lead to a period of calm, of recovery. So once you start taking action, it's like the energies around you, your own spirit and your own guides and God energy, whatever that is to you, that's going to help support you, and it's actually going to give you comfort. It's going to lead you towards a sense of recovery and ultimately the Ace of Cups. I've actually enjoyed this particular reading, Capricorn, because it really gives me hope to see that it's not the energies out there that are creating this, it's everything is within. And if we just delve deeper in there and take action and be that King of Pentacles, because you are an earth sign, you are action oriented, or you materialize things in your life through working at them, through persistence and groundedness and looking at things logically. That's the King of Pentacles. He's stable and he's comfortable, and he works towards physical comfort and growth. So if you just connect to that energy, which is your energy anyway, you will find release and relief. Relief more so. And ultimately your Ace of Cups. So good luck, Capricorn, for March. I hope it's a blessed month for you.